Welcome to the DKHizouse. You know what we talking about. Welcome to the DKHizouse. That's what we gonna run our mouth. Hey y'all, just a little disclaimer. Everything is for entertainment purposes only. Everything is alleged. I don't know none of these people. I'm just giving my thoughts, my opinions, predictions on what I think I see and know and hear. And I want you to do the same down in the comment section. So don't take everything too seriously, but only with a grain of salt, because we be chefing it up in this kitchen. And welcome, glad to have you. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you've been here a couple of times, we'd love to have you in the fam bam. Yo, what's up? What's up? So we're here to talk about one of the famous celebrity YouTube couples, Dalvin and Nicole, of course. They're no longer a couple, just to be clear and for clarification, they're no longer a couple. But we're going to talk about it either way because I have made videos about them. And one of the videos that I had mentioned was the fact that it was alleged that one of the people that Dalvin was talking, well, that Nicole, of course, was talking to when Lee Carson did the video, and Nicole, of course, was in the background after he broke up with Ellie, was like, oh, she thought she was going to be up in that penthouse, yada, yada, yada. Somebody said they heard Dalvin on the phone. Okay. And I had did a video and I was like, what? You mean to tell me that he's still cool with Nicole while dating Ellie? That definitely can be an issue for some females. Definitely. Especially since they had history. But it wasn't confirmed or denied. So we kept going with it or whatever. But apparently they are still cool because Dalvin and her are very much doing videos, and he also pressed Lee Carson about being roommates with Nicole on more than one occasion. And after he moved out, he definitely moved in. I remember I said it would be funny if he moves Ellie out and Nicole in. That'd be funny, right? So I just watched a video with them doing a mukbang. I didn't finish watching the video, but y'all definitely go check it out. Because if you don't know, sadly enough, Nicole, of course, has been in a funk where she's not been feeling like mood to post anything, do anything. And so much so that her fans went to let Dalvin know, is what he said. And he went to go check on her, which I think is very commendable of him. But the fact is, it also lets people know that he's still close to his ex, Nicole. So we're going to talk about Nicole first, because first of all, my heart does go out to her because I do know what it is like to be in a funk. And my advice, encouraging words to her is just keep going day by day. Think positive. Anytime you see yourself thinking negative, switch it and try to think of something positive. Because a lot of times when we start thinking negative about stuff, a lot of times it's not dealing with us at all. It's dealing with outside forces or things that we see on TV, from what we hear in somebody else's coming out their mouth, to what we know that other people deal with, and we put it into our own scenario and our own synopsis on things. Shout out to the background. If you're dealing with addiction, with marijuana or anything, Mary Jane, I got some videos for y'all. Go check it out. It might help you. All right. But it's definitely not the answer if you're going through something. And right now she's going through something. Because a lot of times when you're using advice to get through your depression or anxiety, whatever you're going through, it can become very addictive. Now, keep in mind that, no, I'm not saying she has advice. I'm just saying that's what my video was about, and I'm going to plug for that video. Okay, go check it out and get help. All right, so back to her. So a lot of times the negativity is not from you, especially if you feel like you're not feeling yourself. She said that key word. I do believe that there's principalities that do exist, and I also feel like people can just wish bad on you and start talking negative to you, and you start internalizing a lot of stuff that they say. So you got to think about who has, a reason to not like you or wish bad on you, and and just don't internalize it, because that's what they want. That means they're winning. You have to win and make sure whatever they're saying or wishing on you or hoping for you does not take form. And you got to do that by every day pushing forward, every day thinking of something positive, every day moving towards your goal. And your goal is success, and you have been successful, so why throw it away now? And if you have something on your mind, speak up. speak up. I mean, you have people around, namely Dalvin is one. So let's go into Dalvin next. Because I was going to say, who is this mystery girl? And I was gun ho thinking, okay, let me know who y'all think is a mystery girl is down below. Because in one of his videos, one of the T-Page posted, because I guess I didn't watch the whole video, he called somebody bae, and he was like, saving it for later, but I do have a bae. And I was going to talk about that until I saw that him and Nicole are still hanging out. And I was like, confused. Will you be confused? That's his ex, but he has a girlfriend. But true enough, allegedly him and Nicole were cordial maybe during or at least after he broke up with Ellie. So I don't know. Maybe that's another reason why she was out. Even though I'm at an age now, in my younger years, I probably like, oh yeah, like you gotta go. Like I can't deal with this. But now in my older years, I'm like, she better be worried about me. That's the type, that's how I'm gonna feel. You know, it's like no competition. I'm not pressed by no female around my dude, like none. Like she better be pressed about me. You know what I'm saying? And if he want her, he can have her. You know, they meant to be together if they want each other. So yeah, time heals things. But at the same time, like it's very weird how close that they are. But anyway, I'm gonna skip past that to go to the fact of who is Dalvin's mystery girl. Yeah. Like at the end of the day, I was thinking Asia Lee, because she was definitely giving me vibes that she was kind of flirting and kind of down for the get down as far as dating. And I think they have date because allegedly he spilled some tea with Lee Carson saying, how does it feel that I'm hanging out with your cousin? And how does it feel that, you know, I went to such and such with your cousin, you know? So that was Asia Lee. Asia Lee is Lee Carson's cousin, if you don't know. So I'm like, oh, okay, tea spilled. And then on her channel, she hasn't been posting because, you know, she's in school. Shout out to her. She's about to graduate. And I know she's going to do fine. But she also made it on her channel that she's going to be having some new features and guest appearances on her channel. And when have you known her to really have guest appearances? But let me say, I really haven't watched her. Even though she seems very cool to watch. It's just, yeah. I watched a video with her and Lee, and they have this like love-hate relationship. So that's different. But, so I didn't watch the whole thing. But she said she's going to be having a guest appearance soon. Stay tuned. And she was smiling a lot in the video. So the person that I was thinking is Asia Lee, of course. But at the same time, I'm up here watching a video with Nicole, of course. And he's a little bit too concerned. Like, is that your ex or not? And to me, I always thought that Dalvin broke it off with Nicole, of course. But maybe they're just decided to be friends. I'm confused because even B Love's life, his mom was like, they're never, ever, ever getting back together. So I'm like, what was done? Like, why would she say that? Because obviously they're still cool. I'm confused. But they really started getting cool when Lee Carson moved in. If you notice that, like the jealousy start creeping up. And maybe he wasn't cool before, but it do hit different when you see your ex with somebody else. Like, yeah, it's a little different, especially if it's less than no, they've been split up for more than a year now, I think. Okay. But besides the point is, why are they still cool and you're dating somebody else? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm that type of female, especially in the past. Like now I'm cutting everybody off, but I've been the type to where like I've been dated you, but we're still cool. Like I hated I had to break up with you, break your heart so we can still be cool. But that's really toxic because you know you're not going to get back with them. And you know in the back of your mind that they have hopes that they're going to have a chance, but they never going to have a chance. So you might as well cut it off, you know. And it was kind of like an ego boost or whatever. And like but we also talk about each other's relationship. They in a relationship, they'll tell me, I tell them. Like it wasn't no pressure. But it got to be one person, like dude, you know you wanted to marry me. Like, you married. Why you talking to me? And they like, well, my wife talks to her ex too. I'm like, y'all doing too much. Yeah. And I was like, I don't want no part. I kept trying to break it off. And he was just like, let's be cool. So anyway, he's still probably not break off, but I try to break it off again. So we're going to see how long that lasts. Like, go tend to that. Let's trying to cash out me $300. What we doing? Because, checking my video, cash out me $300 if you want my time. Like, I'm going to start charging people for my time at this point. If you want that bad, I'm going to charge you, boo. But anyway, they cool. They good. We moved on. But Dalvin is clearly not moved on because he's going to the extra mile to make sure Nicole, of course, is good. She gets through her depression, which I would say, yeah, I can see why she would be depressed if she started YouTube with that family and everything, and then they're not together, and she doesn't know many people in the city, so she feels like, but I would do a video with her or whatever, but but it would probably be a little weird. But anyway, so it's just like, she's cool. People know her, but I don't feel like she's just the time to approach people for videos. I'm sure a lot of people would do videos with her. She's Nicole, of course. I did see her do a feature with somebody in another state a couple times or whatever. They don't live there. And she's visited them and did collabs, which is cool. But it's like, but I feel like some people may have reached out to her. But at the same time, it's like, what was I gonna say? It's like he's too invested. Like, I was watching video, they still drinking each other's drink, drinking out each other. He's like, you want some of my drink? You want some of my food? Like, no. None of my exes, well, because like I said, they were like my homies. I probably would eat out them, but not really. Not really. Very, very strongly on them. Not really. If that makes sense. And if you're just a friend with somebody, you're really not trying to eat behind them, if that makes sense. And I'm talking about exes like we were in a relationship. Okay. So Nicole and Dalvin were in a relationship. But the fact that he's so comfortable around her, he's checking on her, making sure she's eating, making sure she's okay, making sure she has a smile on her face, is very much giving me, I miss that. It's very much giving me, I love you. I don't know about y'all, but to me, it seems like he's in love with Nicole. So maybe her depression could be dealing with just random stuff. But if it's dealing with her being in love with you and jealous that you're dating somebody else, because she did ask him, you're going out of town now, who you spending time with? That can definitely, if you see somebody you want to be back with and they're dating other people, it can be depressing. So I don't think either one has said anything to each other about them revisiting, but it could be love there too. So if you're trying to introduce somebody else and they're seeing you still talking to your ex, that's annoying to them. And that's going to cause drama and unnecessary problems to your old people if they are still on that young time. And then on top of that, you gazing into your ex's eyes, having mukbangs, bringing back them old feelings. This person that you used to live with for a period of time. It's giving me very much, I want that old thing back. Give me very much, I haven't officially moved on yet. It's giving me very much, this is so funny. Are they going to get back together? I don't know, y'all. Y'all let me know. Y'all be the judge, because I do feel like Asia Lee has feelings for Dalvin. And I didn't even know that. Because like I said, I didn't really watch her like that, him like that. Like, I would watch him sporadically. But when he did like those collabs and stuff, I didn't watch him as much. It was mostly me watching him, Nicole, and him and this girl. I watched Elliot and him for a minute, but not as much as I watched him and Nicole and the Be Loves Life family. They just had a different bond, a different vibe. And that's also what made them famous. So I kind of can understand with him checking up on her, because they started this YouTube thing together. But it's the way he's doing it that's giving me very much something's different. And I don't know if their egos are in a way they don't want to admit to it, because nobody's really saying nothing. But the way Dalvin is acting, he's really giving me like he's still interested. But if you dumped her, you got to reach back out to her. If you're calling her, texting her every time you look around, and then going to your ex or your new woman, like, that's a problem. What do y'all think about that? Definitely let me know down below as well. But at the end of the day, if he has moved on, if Nicole has moved on, they really kind of need to start separating, because it can be an issue if they're not careful with the new thug if they're trying to move on. But it's not giving me that they're moving on, because they're still together. And basically, even on some of the photos they're doing, like one point she was looked like she was in his lap, but I'm sure she was just giving him a hug. But it's just like they're very close, closer than close. Yeah. Let me know if y'all know that song down below. I'm just playing. All right, y'all. Do your thizzle. I'm out. Well, as always, thank you for stopping by at the His House for your alleged tea, entertainment, and gossip and predictions. And we will definitely have more. So definitely come back and see us. And if you want to be notified, hit that bell and also subscribe, especially if you've been here before. Come back again and again. But subscribe and join the fam band. We'd love to have you. And if you liked anything that was said on today, or even made you laugh, joke, think, ponder, make sure you hit that thumbs up or that like button, especially if you agree or disagree. And comment down below.